Welcome to the Master's Table. Thank you for joining us today. You're going to love this dish today. If you're American, if you're Latino, you're going to love this dish. Right. We should have wore our stuff.
Should have wore sombrero today.
But anyway, thank you for joining us.
Today.
We're smoking already over here, so we're going to get to it. I'm Tina Cleveland, your co-host. Frankie is your host and the cook. I always love to say that because I'm not a cook.
Look, you see who's in front of the stove, so I'm just, it's okay.
That's why I'm
let her
smoking.
Cook today. No, it's okay. we're doing some beef enchiladas today, and I'm gonna let Tina cook them up. I'm gonna show her how this is Frankie style. Now we're gonna kind of try to go old school a little bit. We got a lot of ingredients right here. We got chili powder, we got ground cumin, we got paprika, we got garlic, we got onion powder. We got all that good stuff that you've already got in your cupboard. We even got a little bit of tomato sauce and tomato paste, and we've got this ground beef getting started. I'm gonna tell you why it's flat. Like we look like we got a great big hamburger right now, but we'll be back in just a few minutes to tell you why we're starting this way, and we're gonna be ready to add all these good ingredients. And so stay tuned, get you a pen and paper. You might want to write this one down today. I know it'll be on there, but we're gonna get started. If you want to know how to make this, contact me, frankie393@gmail.com. We'll put your recipe in your hand.
Amen.
We'll be right back. Well, we're back, Tina. You ready to get this thing going?
I'm ready to stir this meat.
We already, she's been wanting to stir this meat. Wait, leave it alone,
okay.
Leave it alone. Now,
all right.
The reason why I went ahead, we wanted to get a little bit of a head start, just so we can go ahead and get this going. We put I probably put a couple of tablespoons of avocado oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. And we put, this is probably, I think the recipe calls for 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground beef. I think this is, I don't know if this is 80-20. I think this is 80-20 or 88-12. I don't know, but anyway, go ahead when you start a dish like this, when you want to mince meat or chop meat, I want you to go ahead and flatten it out in the pan like this, just like a big hamburger. Because what that does, that coats the whole bottom of meat, and the whole thing browns on the bottom. And we let it brown a little bit before we start breaking it up, because that's where the flavor comes from. That brown and that stuff that sticks to the bottom of the pan that we'll deglaze in a little bit and get off there, that's what makes it good. So.
And I'm going to use this handy dandy gadget to break it up. It looks like something they would have used in the 1700s, like you might heat it up and put a brand on my back. This is the greatest little thing to break up hamburger meat ever.
So you go ahead and
you can get it at your local store for like nearly nothing.
There's one store you can go and get it for like $1 or $1.25.
Yeah.
It's, I think where we got that one. But that should be a little bit brown on the bottom. So I'm gonna let you start breaking it up. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and start. On these enchiladas, we're gonna go ahead and start with our dry ingredients. Like I said, I'm gonna go through this we're gonna move real quick through this because we got to get this meat done and get it out of the way. But I'm gonna start with just a pinch. I'm not putting a lot of salt. You put as much salt as you want to in yours. I always try to go real low on the sodium. And y'all know me, I love the fresh cracked pepper. And I want to get me another little pepper meal that does a little bit more. I like the coarse pepper. This does it a little bit fine. But we're gonna put some fresh pepper in there. I like that. And then you just keep on working that and breaking that up. Looks pretty good, like it's coming together already pretty good. Now we're gonna start. This is a teaspoon of just chili powder. We're gonna come with a teaspoon of the chili, and I'm just gonna let you keep mixing and keep breaking as you go. And then we're gonna come with a teaspoon of Anko chili powder.
Of what?
Anko chili powder.
I've never heard of that. Just a type of chili powder?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna come with that. And then we're gonna I'll let you break that on up a little bit. You may want to turn it up a little bit and keep it kind of hot, because as you're breaking it up, we want to go ahead and get that cooked. Because we got a lot to get to. We're gonna move on. I got the oven preheated. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350, 375 degrees, because this dish will really be done by the time we put it in the oven, but we want to melt the cheese and get a bunch of ooey gooey good stuff going on. All right, we're going with a teaspoon of cumin. Make sure we get all of that out of there. It's a teaspoon of cumin. And this is smoked paprika. This is a teaspoon of smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika if you want to, but I like the flavor of the smoke in the smoked paprika. We're just building our sauce right here as we go. You just keep on doing your thing right there, Miss Cleveland. We come in with a teaspoon this is just granulated garlic. I put garlic in.
I love garlic. Garlic is good for you too.
Like I say, this is stuff. I can promise you, most of y'all already have every bit of this in you. And if you don't have any of this Anco chili, you can just put 2 teaspoons of regular chili powder. That's not going to be a deal breaker. This is a teaspoon of onion powder, and you could even use, if you wanted to, you could use. I keep the dried minced onions. I like to use it too. So if you don't have the onion powder, you could use that minced onion, and it would that liquid would help it out to do its thing. So, that's just about all of our dry ingredients. But you know me, I can't quit without, and I don't even think it shows this on the recipe, but I'm putting 1 little pinch of red pepper flakes. So just 1 pinch. I didn't even put all what I had sitting out here. We'll save that for, might garnish it a little bit at the end if somebody wants to heat it up. But all we want to do is brown that ground beef right there. And while you're browning that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I had been started a while ago chopping. I didn't want to waste your time. Everybody knows how to cut up onions and cut up vegetables. So I had started cutting and I got sidetracked a while ago. Tina probably done something. I had to quit. She made me do something else.
I'm sure.
Had me washing dishes or
I'm sure.
doing something. No, I'm just kidding. She's been doing all the dishwashing. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
I know how to do that.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that could be a good tip today too, because a lot of people get overwhelmed when they're cooking in the kitchen, because when you get done, you got all this stuff. You got dishes piled up everywhere. What I like to do is we have warm soap water in the sink, and as you get done with dishes, go ahead and wash them as you go. Put those up and wash them as you go. So when you get done, you're just about ready to eat. You don't have a whole lot of cleanup left at the end. That's the way I like to do it. And that don't always work that way, but that is a good tip. If you can wash and dry a few things as you go along, you'll be way ahead of the ball game.
That's too much work.
Huh?
That's why you got a dishwasher.
I got 2 dishwashers. I got an electric one, and I got one of these right here, one of them homemade dishwashers.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm kidding. I generally wash a lot of dishes at home. I don't mind. I like a clean kitchen as we work our way through. But it don't always go that way. Don't think my kitchen's clean. I said, don't think my kitchen's clean when I'm cooking, what I'm talking about. We make a big mess. But you know, generally when you make the biggest mess, when the food's the best. So that can be a good thing. So what you thinking? Is that getting about brown enough for you?
Yep.
About done?
Yep.
Done enough?
Yep.
Okay, because it's going to bake a little bit in the oven. So what we're going to do, I don't know which way you want to shovel that out of there with that big old spoon. But
you want them in that?
Yeah, we're going to put it in that bowl. We're going to set this aside. But cut your, we want to cut this down a little bit. I'll hold that for you right there.
It's not a lot of grease in that.
No, I think this might have been 85 or 88%.
And if you want to be really healthy, or if you don't like ground beef, use turkey.
Yeah, you could use turkey in this. You could even use shredded chicken. You could do some.
I don't like turkey because I don't like the way it smells when it's cooking.
I like everything.
But
I like
some people love turkey.
But if you like, you could do it. Like I said, you could substitute turkey with this. But you know, this is beef enchiladas today. But you could do turkey enchiladas.
Turkey enchiladas.
You could do chicken. I mean, the shredded chicken. Doing the same thing what we're doing right here with shredded chicken.
You can get ground chicken.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I picked some of that up the other day. They were wanting some ground turkey, and they didn't have it at the store I was at, so I got some ground chicken. And then when I got to the big box store on the way home, one more stop, then they had the ground turkey. So we got turkey and chicken. Get that little bit right there. Now go ahead and cut your pan back up to medium, because we're going to set this aside just for a few minutes, and we're going to work on the rest of our ingredients. So what I want you to do is go ahead and pour maybe another tablespoon or so of that avocado oil, or either one of those. It's fine. That's olive oil. That's avocado oil. This has a little bit more of a higher tolerance of not smoking. That's plenty. That's good. We just want to get something to get these onions going. And like I say, you may want to cut that up to about a medium-high.
I did.
Medium-high heat.
Already a step ahead.
I got you. That's the reason why I pay you the big bucks, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In that case, I see y'all.
Oh, my. We'll get these. I probably had about a half of an onion. So I'm going to cut just a little bit. I like a lot of onion. This is just a rough chop. You don't have to cut this up very small. You know, I mean, if you like it small, you want it small, that's fine, but it don't have to be real small. You can Some people like it bigger. If you want bigger chunks in there, just big. The only thing we want to do is we want to cook those just a little bit, because it's going to all finish cooking here shortly. So I'm going to rake the rest of this up right there, Miss Cleveland. Put the rest of those onions.
Onions smell awesome when they're cooking.
No onion left behind. That one right there. Now, I picked up some jalapenos. These are, the last few times we've got jalapenos, these have been really big.
The onions are strong.
Huh?
The onions are strong.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut this jalapeno down while Tina's doing that. And what I do is just cut it in the strips. And like I said, I don't, you know, you can cut it up however you want to, but I just try to cut that little bit out of the middle. And I probably needed my other knife to do this, but it's okay. I don't focus a whole lot on fancy knives and stuff. I just kind of use what I got. That's kind of what this program's all about. You know, we're talking to real people at home cooking a real meal to get in front of their family. So, you know, sometimes we got to go with what we got. Now, this is a chop knife, but I don't have a big fancy chef's knife. If somebody wants to buy me one and give me one, I would be glad to use it. But we're going to keep this thing real right here. We'll leave a few of those seeds. It don't matter if they pop in there. I'll cut that end off. That didn't look too good. But the only thing I'm going to do is cut this down. We're just going to kind of just give this a small, we don't want it real big, but just a small rough chop. Just so we can put a little bit more flavor in there with those onions. What they looking like over there, Miss Cleveland?
They look good. Okay. Could eat them right now.
You gonna eat just the onions?
I could.
You could. My mama would eat an onion sandwich.
Yeah.
If you put it in front of her.
My mother used to just take an onion and just bite it and eat it. That's
a whole jalapeno. And if you don't like jalapeno pepper, you don't have to put this much in there. You don't even have to put any. But I like the jalapeno, especially when they cook. They're not that hot. The one that we ate before, when I got this batch, they wasn't real hot. So, but you never know with a jalapeno what you're gonna get. It might be hot and it may not. So you have to be careful with them sometimes. But we're going to let those cook just a minute. I'm going to wash my hands right quick. One thing I failed to tell you, and a lot of times I try to remember to put on gloves when I food with the peppers, because if you're not real careful, you cut up the peppers and
you'll learn the hard way.
Yeah, you'll wipe your nose or your mouth or heaven forbid, your eye, and then next thing you know, you're watering and just remember when you food with those peppers to wash your hand. You know what I'm going to do, Tina? I want to put a little bit of this onion in there. How about that? How about we do that? We'll chop up just a little bit of this right here, just quiet on the end of that. We'll save this green onion for a little bit of garnish at the end, but I like the way that looks right there. I'm just going to throw that in there with it. Give it a little more flavor. No onion left behind. Look at that.
Some people say, well, onions are onions. No, they're not. I mean, they do have a different taste.
Yeah, it's a good flavor. And I'm going to go ahead, while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and chop some of this. Just for a little bit of garnish at the end. We can do this at the end. While that's coming together, give that just another minute or so, and then we're going to go ahead and go in with the rest of our ingredients. So we've added that onion after we took the meat out. Remember, we've added the onion, we've added that jalapeno pepper, and all the thing we want to do is just cook those just a little bit. This is a small bunch of cilantro. I'm going to go ahead and, while you're letting that do, I'm going to give just a little bit of this, a little bit of a chop, just a little rough chop. Don't have to be real small. But we're going to have this just for a garnish at the end. Just to top it off at the end. We're going to put that right over there with the onion. Let you top it off when we get done, Miss Cleveland. So we'll set that right there. And I got a little bit of parsley. We might even put a piece of parsley on there. So what I want you to do is go ahead and spread those out. And what we're going to do now, we're going to come with about, this is probably, I think when I measured this out, I think the recipe calls for 2 or 3. This is probably about 2.5, maybe 3 tablespoons of flour. And this is going to be this is what's going to thicken it up. Now, this is going to become real pasty. You're going to have to really start moving this a lot. This is going to turn into like a thick paste, and you think, well, it ain't going to mix well, but it's going to look a little funny here in a minute. But just keep on doing what you're doing right there. We're going to add that and let that, only thing we want to do is just cook that. Just kind of roll it up and kind of keep it flat and keep kind of rolling it, because the only thing we want to do is get that raw flour taste cooked out. As soon as we do that, then we're going to start coming with our other ingredients, making this red enchilada sauce. So
seems like it's getting dry.
Yeah, that's what I told you. I told you it wasn't going to do what you wanted it to. Look right here. You know what that is?
That's a garlic.
That's a big old piece of garlic. Look at that. It's something. We're going to leave it in there. Somebody's going to find something good here in a minute, but I will take that off of it. That's going to be good right there. That whole piece of garlic got in there with that onion. Oh, that's going to be good. So just keep rolling that. Where you see that white flour, just kind of roll it around Like I say, the only thing we want to do is cook that raw. It don't take but just a minute or so. We'll cook that off. And now what we're going to do, we've added our onion and we've added our jalapeno. So now, talking about garlic, we're going to come with a little bit more fresh garlic. We'll go ahead and...
You'll turn it down?
No, you're fine. No, because you need to go ahead. I know it don't seem like it, but you probably need to go ahead and start cutting it up because we're just going to cool the pan down. Let me see that. 1 second, we're going to roll that off. I'm going to get you one more time. Just keep moving it. We're going to deglaze. I know it's sticking, but we're going to deglaze the pan here in just a minute. We got plenty of stuff that's going to pull that off, so we're going to put one more. Break that one more time. I'm going to make a cook out of you yet, ain't I?
I doubt it.
I bet you'll be fine. Now, this tomato paste, we're going to put I think this spoon right here might even be bigger than we're going to put I want a heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. We're going to do that maybe just a touch more. I like that. Uh-oh, I think I might have threw that on you. We're going to do that. I'll save that a little bit. We might use that in a little bit for something. We'll do that. I'll set this spoon back into the side for right now. But just keep that moving. I know you're thinking, Lord have mercy, this ain't going to just keep we just start.
I'm wondering.
We're going to work on that pan. Here you go. Now we're coming
liquid.
This is a 15 most time it's 15, 16 ounce. This is a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. We'll add that. Let you kind of mix that in. Once you get that mixed up a little bit, we can come in right now. This is 2 cups of chicken broth. And you could use beef if you didn't have any chicken, but we're going to come with 2 cups of chicken broth. And this right here, this is why I was telling you to cut your heat up. Now go on and get your heat back up because you want to bring that on back up to a boil, to at least a simmering boil. You don't have to sure enough boil it, but that looks pretty good right there, Miss Cleveland.
It looks better.
And it's going to just keep stirring it. Matter of fact, I might need to get you a swap this with me. That way you can kind of deglaze that bottom with this, like this a little bit. You can scrape that bottom. To get out, see, all that good stuff is what you was talking about sticking to the bottom. So you want to get that mixed. You want to get that mixed and then get all those flavors starting to come together. Because we put a lot of stuff in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to touch it one more time with some black pepper. Just some regular black pepper. We should have put some butter in it because butter makes everything better, right?
No.
We generally put a lot of butter in everything, but I want you to go ahead and bring that up. Bring that back up to we want to get that to a simmering boil, and then we're gonna get ready to go on to the next step. I'm gonna move my station down just a little bit. I'm gonna slide this down because we get ready to come with something else right here in just a second. We're gonna make this come together.
It's like tomato soup.
Yeah. We're coming, and Tina's already got her tortillas out. She's got these ready. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Because see, all that's going to cook here in just a minute. Let me see your big spoon right there. We're going to go ahead and... We want to save some of this meat. We're going to save some of this because we're going to top it right here at the end. But now I want you to just mix this in good. Maybe a little bit more right there. We're going to save this for the top as we get ready. And we've already got this. I've got cheese right here ready. I've got some cheddar cheese that I shredded this myself, and cheese is always better when you shred it yourself. Now this Monterey Jack, I picked it up. I didn't find a block of it at the store the other day, but they had this in the bag, so we're going to use some of this bag Monterey Jack. But then we got a little bit of cheddar cheese. So what we're going to do, Tina, we're going to start coming together with this right here. Let me let's bring that over here. So you got that. That's back to a small little bowl. Let me see if I can get on. Yeah, you can cut that off.
Don't pull that with you.
Yeah, I'm going to set it right here and get it close. Just don't put your arm on that right there.
Don't worry.
We want to get these made up before we go to break. What did I do with that big spoon? This is what I want you to do. We're going to come with this, with our enchiladas sauce, just like this. We're going to come with that. And then we're going to put some in the bottom, just like this. Miss Cleveland, that's exactly what we're doing right here. We come in with a little bit of cheddar. I like the cheddar in the middle, and then we're going to put I see you. We're going to roll these up and do them just like this. I'm going to try to get these made up and show you what we're going to do when we get ready to put them in the oven before we go to break. A little bit. I know it looks like, but this is a lot of ooey gooey good stuff right here. And once it bakes, this is going to be really, really, really good. This is Enchiladas Frankie style. Enchiladas. Tina laughs at me the way I say Enchiladas, but I'm from the South. I know I don't say everything just right, but I bet you everybody eat it no matter what I call it. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna roll that on up. Roll that right over.
Here.
Just give me a spoonful right there. That's all I need right there. Because this is, I know you say, well, you ain't putting much in it, but just watch what we're gonna do here in just a minute.
Sometimes you get too much in it, and then it just goes everywhere.
Well,
you can't control it.
We're gonna make it go everywhere here in a minute. Yeah, go ahead and give me that.
Enough?
Yeah. Because see, this is just the inside. You ain't seen what I'm supposed to do to the outside. So I think we can get
one more.
Yeah, I think we can get one more in there, Miss Cleveland. Let's do this right here. Just a little bit. Whoa. A little bit of cheese, and we're gonna wrap this just like that. We're gonna roll them, and you can not put as much in there and make this where it's a little bit easier to wrap if you want to. But if you like me, I like a lot of them. Give me your spoon back now. Now what we want to do is we want to coat this, but I don't want to coat the whole thing. This is what I like to do. I like to put it right down the middle. This is just our sauce. You say, well, it ain't much in the middle, but look what we're doing to the outside. And you're gonna eat. You don't eat just the inside. You eat the outside too. So we're gonna eat the inside and the outside.
Smushed up together.
Yep. It is all coming together right here, Miss Cleveland. We're gonna put this up. Put that down the middle. And you know this meat I told you a while ago we're gonna save. We'll let that oil run off. And look, we even gonna do this. You're talking about, well, you didn't put much in the middle, but look what's on the top. See, I told you we was doing this thing Frankie style today. This is my take on my beef enchiladas, Miss Cleveland. Now I don't know about y'all, but I could just go ahead and dig into that right now.
But
yeah, we ain't done yet. I told y'all I'm real cheesy. Now we're gonna sprinkle just a little bit more cheddar on the top, just a little bit, and then we're gonna come on with, look here. Oh my, look at there. Now what we're gonna do, I told you we got the oven preheated. We got it preheated at, I think it's at 350 or 375. The only thing we want to do, most of this is already done. We want to let that finish cooking a little bit in the middle and melt this cheese. So we're gonna pop this in. And if I had to say, I would say, you know, 15, 20 minutes at 350. You might want to check it, keep an eye on it. But like I say, really you want the cheese melted.
Melted good.
So what you think, Miss Cleveland?
I think it's gonna be good. Stay with us, don't go anywhere, and when we come back, don't forget, you're gonna have your tip of the day. You're gonna wanna hear this. Come back soon.
Yeah, we'll see you. And if you want this recipe, Frankie393@gmail. Send me a link, email, and I'll send you a link to get it.
Amen.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back, and our enchiladas are done, but before we go any further, I want to give you your tip of the day. We've been talking about cheese a lot today. How many times we keep blocks of cheese in our refrigerator at home? I don't know how many times I've went to the refrigerator and opened it to get a slice, and it's so hard you can't even cut it with a knife. Your tip of the day is you take a cloth that's been dampened in vinegar, wrap it, the block of cheese in it, put it in the refrigerator. It will not get hard. That's your tip of the day.
That's tip of the day.
If you try that, I haven't tried it yet, but if you try that, let me know if it works or not. So
I think it'll work.
Let's look at our enchiladas.
It's a ooey gooey pot of cheese, melted meat, sauce. It's kind of hot. I don't want to burn my mouth right before we go off air.
Well, don't look at me.
I'm gonna let you burn your mouth.
Hey, if you didn't have anything but the cheese, it would be good.
It's really good. And I'm not saying that just because we cooked it. This is really good. This is this is like really good.
Okay, well, you don't have to eat all of it. So
I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I like it so much. I'm keeping this for myself.
Okay.
I'm setting this up. Y'all ain't even getting none of this right here. This is all mine. No, I'm just kidding. I share. We love to cook, or we love to share.
Well, thank you for joining us today. If you would like any of the recipes or ingredients that you're asking about, contact us.
The information will be on the screen, frankie393@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you.
Mastertable.shop. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Master's Table.
God bless you, and God is good.